MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour around the minor league. Tonight it's the first of 3 to start the new week between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Reading Fightin' Phils. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
You know, they're getting a lot of production out of that number 2 hole right now. He sports a batting average with runners in scoring position over 300, so you could say he relishes in those big moments. We'll see if that's the case in this one.
Alec Asher will be on the mound for the series opener. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, last year, ERA was not good. Skyrocketed all season long. He's open to post.
Number 16 will come forward now. Back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Hard liner toward short. Well, this is pulled in by the shortstop. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on it.
Frank Lancaster strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning. A 1 pitch on its way. Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Looking up is the center fielder. To the track, to the wall. Gone! Solo shot to right center as it's now a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, that's the second home run they've hit off him in 2 innings here tonight. And he's lucky the bases have been empty both times or he could really be off to a bad start. Now, as it is, you know, it's only 2-0, so it's not the end of the world for him.
Striding into the box, Alec Asher, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he pops it up back behind second base. Adrianza is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. Reading leads it 2-0. John Ramsey will try it again. He flied out to start the home first. Lifted the other way out to left center. Under it is the center fielder, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Number 16 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one.
The Flying Squirrels. Center fielder, number 16.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Maybe these guys are going to start getting a little more aggressive here early in the count. But this is the first pitch of the inning, and he's on base here to kick things off.
In now, Grant Green. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. To second for
He's
1,
out.
but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw, and they're going to settle for just 1 at second.
Vernon Gomez is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Number 16 will step in. He's singled in 2 trips thus far.
Number 16.
Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this will be foul. This is line to left. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Around third and being waved on home. And a relay to the plate. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, this was do or die out there. You can't fault the effort, but I think if he takes a deeper angle and just tries to play this on the hop, he probably could have prevented that runner from scoring. Instead, he essentially plays this into an RBI triple.
Grant Green stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. A runner in scoring position with none out. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Donaldson is over, and he puts it away for the first out. But he's safe at third as he's able to scramble back.
It probably goes without saying, but he'll be unhappy with that at-bat. This is a curveball, and Show Track shows you it's right in the strike zone, but...
Eduardo Quintana will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Here it comes on 0-2. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
And after that pitch was called a ball on the pitch before, I mean, I think this actually qualifies as strike 4. You know, on the mound, he's probably thinking, hey, can I fly?
Jeff MacArthur will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Squares with 2 outs and gets it down. On to first, and the throw goes right by him. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's now a 3-2 contest. So credit him with an RBI, as he really caught him by surprise there by dropping that down. Number 16 will dig in, 2 for 3, including a triple.
Yeah, he's got a good swing going on right now. I like what I'm seeing out of him.
Gets under this one as this is hit high and pretty deep out there to center field. Ramsey is there to put it away, and they couldn't ask for more than a 1. A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one 5-3. Good night, everybody.
Fans, our final line score. First for the victorious visiting team. 5 runs on 9 hits.
MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we can league. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Reading Fightin' Phils. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that number 2 spot. He sports a batting average with runners in scoring position over 300, so you could say he relishes in those big moments. We'll see if that's the case in this one.
Gerald Shimchak, a right-hander from the Empire State, gets the starting assignment here. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Number 16 will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. On the ground to third. Played on the backhand. Throw on to first, 2 gone. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. EK, any thoughts?
Well, you know, they have...
Number 16 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First delivery to him on the way. Skied into straightaway right. Uribe has a beat on it. And the inning is over. So no runs here, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left. We'll head now to the home half. Leroy Barty will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first. 2 out with the man at first. High and deep to right center field. Racing back the center fielder. Gone! So it's a 2-run shot to right center as it's now a 2-0 ball game.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game, and now another one here.
Steve Uribe stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Center fielder giving chase, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's a 3-0 game. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
He'll be kicking himself here. Just a strike away from stranding that runner at second, but this ball finds a gap out there, and now we'll have to deal with a runner on third and 2 away.
Number 16 will stride to the plate. He's 0 for 2 thus far. Down the third baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Grounded to short. And the sixth inning is progressing quickly here. Now 2 away. Number 16 will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch on its way. Out in front of it, strike 1. Hot shot to third. Backhanded. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Can't ask for much more than this. 8 shutout innings thus far. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over. MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour around the minor league. Tonight, the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Reading Fightin' Phils. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that.
Number 16 will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
You know, guys, we all know that those kind of games are going to happen in this sport. It's a tough game out there, no matter who you are. But the good ones are able to put that day behind you and go out and focus on the next game.
Donaldson scoops it up, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. Number 16 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Center fielder, number 16.
This is line to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. Number 16 will stride to the plate. He's 0 for 2 thus far.
16.
Swing and a line drive, but foul. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. He's running towards second. Swing and a ball driven to deep left center. The outfielders give chase, but this one is gone. A home run. So a 2-run shot to left center as it's now a 3-all ball game.
Yeah, and this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Leading off the inning, John Ramsey, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
High and deep to left center field. Center fielder going back to the track, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he is into third with a triple, his third hit of the night.
Don't look now, but he's closing in on what might be a historic performance. He's got a single, he's got a homer. Now he's got a triple to go along with the other two. If he could come up with a double next time.
Number 16 will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a two-run home run that really got his guys going. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Uribe moves over. Makes the play, one away. John Burr will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he can make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
High in the air out to center field. The catch is made. Here comes the go-ahead run for the plate. And he will come in to score. It's a sacrifice fly, and it delivers the go-ahead run as they've now taken the lead here in the late innings.
Hey, that's the right approach at the plate.
Number 16 steps in now.
16.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. Line toward the alley in left center. Gomez will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning. So stepping in, number 2, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Mosley is in pursuit. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. But not in time, and just like that, this ball game is tied. Well, the bats were certainly working in this one, but out of everybody, I'd say this man most deserves to be our top player of the game.
Yeah, maybe a little disappointing that he could only get 3/4 of the cycle, especially since he got the 2 hardest ones out of the way. But all in all, still a great offensive performance.
7 runs.
So that just about does it. MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour around the minor league. Tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. On the show starts now. Clint Rodriguez will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. Bases are empty, one man out. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for him here tonight? Fisher Asuncion will stand in. Couple of hits in that ball game last night. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Mosley ranging forward, and a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. Number 16 will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now.
And he's off to a great start, to the surprise of many. You know, scouts don't consider him to be a great hitter, but maybe he's finally figured something out.
Into the windup and the pitch. Out in front of it, strike one. Line to the right side. And that is through into right field for a single.
A pretty good swing there. You'll watch. Head stays down, ball gets deep in the zone, and he lets those hands lead the way, and he drives it to right field. That's as good an approach as you're going to see.
Striding into the box, Michael King, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Nobody out, runner on first. Runner's on the move for second. A tag, and he's out as he can't get back in time. Vernon Lopez set to lead off the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Well, you know it's always a tough inning when your pitcher leads off for you because most of the time the guys just flat out can't hit. But who knows? Maybe he can get something started here and help himself out.
Number 16. Number 16 steps in now.
Now batting, number 16.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Just one hit apiece for both of these clubs. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So no runs or hits here as the error turns out to be unimportant. Kyle Saul will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
This one's flared toward left center, and he can't track it down. A base hit. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily. And on the play, the runner moves in to score. Number 16 will dig in. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Now batting, number 16.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Drilled right back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Only their 3rd hit of the ball game so far. He's got 2 of them. This offense has pretty much been non-existent this entire ballgame.
Michael King will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
On his way to pitch number 75. Popped high in the air. Medeiros is there for it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More in a moment on the show, the Friday Night Showcase. Number 16 will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a shot to right field. That's falling for a base hit. And they're content to play station to station here as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his third hit in 4 trips, all of them singles.
Michael King will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. On to first, a double play.
I think the awareness.
Pablo Valenzuela strides in, grounded out his last time through. Pitch popped up, calling for it. Guevara. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So they go quietly here in this half inning. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there.
All right, tonight's double. It's baseball. It's the show, and it comes your way next. Gary Sisk comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Gary Sisk.
Drilled to first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. EK, any thoughts?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's the leading run producer on this team, so they have to focus on getting the guys ahead of him on base and into scoring position. He'll still need to come through with a big hit, but he's shown an affinity for doing just that.
The windup and the 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Bases are empty. One man out. Just short, hit hard. Backhanded. Throw on to first, two gone. With a moment now, here's a look at the Portland defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, we get to watch one of the best fielding teams in the league. They can go out and get the ball as well as anybody in all of baseball. Makes pitching a lot easier.
Joseph Buchanan is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Just really free and easy out there in this first inning. He threw that ball right by him.
Bases are empty here with two men out. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So nothing happening this time around. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2, and the Sea Dogs lead this one 4-0. Bob Richard will stand in now. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night.
First baseman, Bob Richard.
Into the windup and the pitch. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike 1. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Bounce to first. Craig gloves it, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Batting fifth, left fielder
Babe De La Rosa will stand in. He comes off an 0-for-4 in last night's ball game.
Well, kind of more of the same for him, guys. I mean, you can see that he's not sporting the strongest batting average this year.
And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Nope.
Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, well, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Ready on 1-2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, he essentially tripled up there. That means he threw the same pitch 1, 2, 3 times in a row. You don't see that very often, but it's going to work out for him as he gets the strikeout.
Stepping in now, Brian Liriano. Now a swing and a fly ball. Park on the move and foul. Here's the 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Chopped in front of home plate. Throw on to Craig will be in time, and the inning is over. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. We'll go now to the top of the third. The Sea Dogs lead it 4-0. Johnny Urban will stand in here. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game.
Well, guys, one good game does not a season make. He's been hitting under 250 over his last 10 games, so hopefully he's figured something out.
A fastball that gets the inside corner, strike 1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Swing and a looper to left. Hurd over to his right. 1 down.
Batting 8th, third baseman,
Juan Valentin will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. First pitch of the at-bat. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a foul pop behind the plate. Castro is under it. 2 gone.
batting 9th, the shortstop.
Frank Lassiter digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Caruso has it in his tracks. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Make it 9 straight here to start the ball game. 3 innings complete, and the Sea Dogs lead this one 4-0. Gary Sisk will come forward now to start the inning, and with his guys down 6 in the early going, they're going to need to put something together here or risk being blown out.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here is you've got to come up with something, even if it's just 1 run. You got to let those guys over there know that you haven't given up and that you're going to fight them until the last out.
Here comes the 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. Drilled right back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Yeah, nothing too special about a ground ball single up the middle here, but if you keep putting the ball in play like they've been doing, good things have a tendency to happen. We'll see if this gets him started.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him. Joseph Buchanan will stand in, and maybe a ray of hope as they get the first two men aboard here. And this crowd's just itching for something to put their hands together about.
1-0. Well, the positive moments, they've been few and far between, but they're not out of this game. Now, they've got some guys in this lineup that can make this deficit go away.
That evens it up 1-1. First and second here with nobody out. Line to the right side. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. At the plate, Bob Richard. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
Now batting,
Babe De La Rosa gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Outside.
And he lays off there, 1-0. 2 down, runners at first and second. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And he takes a cold strike 2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95+ mile-an-hour fastballs. That curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. Brian Liriano comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And here's the ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Park is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the 5th, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Johnny Urban is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. 0-1, here's the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field.
Yeah, and guys, there's a look at his line through the first few innings. Pretty dominant so far. Just the second hit he's allowed tonight, and the first one didn't wind up hurting him at all. So we'll see if he can get out of this inning as well.
Juan Valentin is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
You know, he's been struggling a little bit lately, so hopefully he learned some things from that last at-bat so he can start to turn things around here with a base hit.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And this battery knows full well that this guy's been scuffling lately. So they're not messing around here. They're coming right after him.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. Takes this the other way to right, but this will hang just long enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out.
Yeah, you really can't take anything for granted out there when you're playing in the rain. You got to worry about your footing. You got to worry about raindrops getting in your eyes. You got to make sure you're in the right position. But in the end, he is right there to make the play.
Frank Lassiter is at the plate as he watches ball one. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And that's in there for his strike 1-1.
Whew. That's one of his best pitches tonight.
A runner on first with 2 away. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
Fly ball out to straightaway right field. Park moves over, and the inning is over. So a strong start on the mound as he's blanked him through the first 5. 5 innings complete. The Sea Dogs lead it 6-0. Gary Sisk will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
First pitch on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 0-1 pitch on its way. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Ready with the 0-2. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. 0-2, here it comes. Won't go after that one, and it's 1-2. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Oh, I think you'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he's retired 1 away.
The batter,
Ty Lopez will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
And all of a sudden, it is pouring right now. That's the hardest it's been all night.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that is through into center field for a 1-out single. Joseph Buchanan will dig in now. He's struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line out. He just couldn't get it to fall for him.
He's set. Here it comes. Into the seats, 0-1. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hurd shading to his right. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Bob Richard will get his third shot at it here. He's bounced out and popped out in his previous 2 trips.
Well, on the bright side, I guess, he is putting the ball in play. He's just not getting that solid contact that you're looking for when a guy is really seeing the ball well.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. 2 out with the man at first. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings as he continues to give them fits out there. We're through 6 full, and the Sea Dogs lead this one 6-0. Babe De La Rosa steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at-bat could be huge if he can just get on base because they've been held in check all game.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Oh, another good pitch there. I'm not sure he's thrown a bad slider tonight. Every one of them has had a ton of movement.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he's set down, 1 away.
Now batting, catcher Brian Liriano.
Brian Liriano will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, and if anything, he's looking stronger than ever here in this 7th inning.
1 out, nobody on. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And the throw to first is there to record the second out.
The right fielder, number
Johnny
30.
Urban will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
I like how he's approaching things here. He's got a good, safe lead, so he's not setting guys up or wasting a lot of pitches. He's coming right after everybody.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chopped foul right at home plate. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Add another 0 as it's up to 7 shutout innings so far. 8th inning coming up. The Sea Dogs lead it 6-0. Juan Valentin will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch is a slider called for a strike.
He's done a really good job of kind of getting ahead of hitters here by throwing first pitch strikes to 70% of the batters he's faced, and that's why he's doing so well.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. Hit hard to the right side, but foul, so we'll see if he can straighten that out. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Hit hard back up the middle. Oh, a reaching try as he knocks it down. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Now batting,
Frank Lassiter will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. First delivery to him on the way. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Nobody out, runner on first. Now a chopper to second. This will be a tough turn. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all. Gary Sisk will bat now. He popped out in foul ground last time.
Well, at least he was able to make contact, and that's better than most of his teammates can say up to this point. They've been whiffing left and right.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around third and being waved on home. And they'll get a little closer here as the run comes across to score from first. It's a 6-1 game. Ty Lopez will stand in to keep things going. And I don't know, Steve, is the comeback on?
Well, at the very least, I like that they're showing some character out there. You never want to go down without a fight. So they're going to make these final at-bats count.
Inside.
In tight with the curveball. Backed up on him a little there, and it's ball 1.
Yeah, trying to go front door with that breaking ball. Started it a little too far inside, though.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off. It looked like he was giving him the evil eye down there, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, well, he's already been plunked once, and I don't think he's going to stand for too much more of that.
And here's a ball hit in the air. And he drops it. 1 out and a runner on second base. And another foul ball. Breaking ball called third strike as that catches the zone for out number 2.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
Skipper out of the dugout making the slow trek to the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll leave after a strong 7 2/3 here as he'll hope the bullpen can get the final 4 outs to secure his victory.
your attention, please. Now
So with a lefty waiting, they'll go to a lefty of their own out of the bullpen here.
Jarvis.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, a real good performance, as you'll see in his final line. He gave him 7 2/3 good innings, and he was definitely the difference in this one.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. The Sea Dogs come out on top 6-1. Good night, everybody.
Our final line score. First, for the victorious Sea Dogs, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 17 men on base. For the Fisher Cats, 1 run, 5 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 1 minute. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you.
Major League Baseball on the Show starts now.
Welcome, your Hartford Yard Goat.
And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Well, all they have to do is keep doing what they're doing. This team has a very high average, continuing to hit well as a team, and they'll continue to win games.
Joseph Kimbrough is on the mound for Game 2. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, hitters have a batting average against of close to 300 against him, so he's going to have to make some adjustments if he hopes to be successful.
Abraham Armstrong comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Abraham Armstrong.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. EK, our visitors here as they take the field tonight following a scoreless top half. They came up a little short last time out, but they've still been one of the hotter teams around, winning 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, and when you're playing good baseball, suddenly first place starts coming into clearer focus. They've really made up some ground here in this past week or so.
A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. EK, any thoughts?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's got the highest batting average of anyone in the lineup, and he thrives on coming up big in clutch situations. And if he can continue being productive, it's really going to help this offense put crooked numbers on the board.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And he'll step off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now. And with that, here's a look at the Portland defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, they have the best fielding percentage in all of Major League Baseball. They catch a ball as well as anybody. When you're doing that, you really help out your pitching staff. Can't wait to watch this one.
Max Coffey gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike 1.
And for a starter, he has one of the better fastballs you're going to see. That one at 95.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. An inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on the show. Kyle Parker strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Fielder, Kyle Parker.
And this is taken outside for ball 1. Tap down the line. Over with it himself is Craig to record the 3 unassisted putout.
Second baseman
Dan Holm will stand in right on the heels of a 4-for-5 ball game a night ago.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Ball. Knuckleball below the knees, 1-0. Bottom of the second here with no score. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Well, the fastball looks awfully sharp here early on. Sound sharp, too.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Goto is in his tracks now, and that's out number 2. Ernest De Jesus will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game.
When you look at what this guy has done so far this season, it hasn't looked very good, and you can tell why. He's only had 5 hits in his last 10 games. That just adds to the mediocrity.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. 1-2. Here it comes. Smoke toward the hole. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
Tomas Rivas set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
0-1.
And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A pause and the 0-2. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one man left aboard. We'll go now to the top of the third, and we are tied 0-0. Alberto Aguero will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night.
Alberto Aguero.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he gets ahead with the curveball, strike one.
And a good pitch there. It's a big front door curveball, and he had no way of opening up to it.
Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Goodness, 0-2 now.
I got the count, 0-2.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
All right, so he sort of wasted one up right there. Now I think we'll see a breaking ball down in the zone, trying to get him to swing and miss.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. Escobedo gloves it, and a rather easy first out.
Batting ninth.
Luis Silva will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1.
Ball.
That's inside. 2-0. Here he comes on 2-0. Chopped in front of home plate. Castro scoops it up. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting.
Abraham Armstrong will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Good curveball, strike 2.
No ball,
and you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Here's the 0-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Park ranging back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. Around second, he'll try for third, and he'll make it into third here with a 2-out triple.
Now batting.
So stepping in, number 19, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. In there at the knees, strike 1. A man on third with 2 down. Pulled toward right center field. Goto is in pursuit. In to score is the runner from third. And this will hop over the wall, but the run will score.
Third baseman.
Coming to the plate now, Max Coffey, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 3 innings complete. Kyle Parker is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Left fielder, Kyle Parker.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
I think he needs to cut down on his swing a bit, get a little more compact, because he ain't going to be touching those fastballs.
Here it comes on 0-2. To short. McCollum from the outfield grass. And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1.
Second baseman, Dan Kolb.
At the plate, Dan Kolb. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Boy, we're well into this ball game now, and he's thrown 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters he's faced. And when you can get ahead, your results are going to turn out well.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Took something off the curveball there. 76 miles an hour. It's 0-2.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Not too happy about that decision down there at first base. We're going to check it out again here on show motion. Boy, that is a tight call. You know, one way or another, someone wasn't going to be happy about that.
Stepping in now, Ernest De Jesus, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient, because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Hit hard toward the right side. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Nothing across here. This Tomas Rivas comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Tomas Rivas.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In there, strike 1. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Here's the 0-1. Now a curveball, but he might have flown open a bit. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
Now batting.
Stepping in, Alberto Aguero. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And a step off. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
He's just cruising out there now. I'll tell you, this may turn into a game of first team to 2 wins.
swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
Well, it's not just that he's proven to be tough to hit. He's proven to be tough to touch. I mean, here's 3 straight swing throughs. He's just mowing them down right now.
Standing in now, Luis Silva. As he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Leading off the inning, Abraham Armstrong, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball, 1-0. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Rolando Hoskins steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hurd giving chase, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Striding into the box, Max Coffey. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting. You have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. And that's in there for his strike 1-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Low scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. In the air, down the left field line and deep. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. So striding in, Kyle Parker, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Right there for strike 1. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Hurd has to retreat to the track, but he has it to retire the side. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More from the show. Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Dan Kolb will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Little late that time as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Oh, another good pitch there. I'm not sure he's throwing a bad slider tonight. Every one of them has had a ton of movement.
Now a curveball's in there, 1-2 now.
And this isn't the first guy that's been frozen by that pitch tonight. He's had a lot of guys shaking their heads so far.
This is hit well out toward deep left field. Hurd racing back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a two-base hit.
First baseman.
Skipper's out of the third base dugout on his way toward the mound, and it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So as he departs, he can't lose this ball game, but he is responsible for the runner at second, meaning it'd be a no decision if that run comes across to score. Charles Clemente will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7.
Charles Clemente.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. First opened for business in 1994. There's a look at Progressive Field here in Cleveland. Tonight, the Stars are out in this minor league all-star matchup between the Eastern League's Eastern Division and the Eastern League's Western Division. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now. He's a catalyst for this offense when his bat is hot. Just needs to keep having good at-bats.
Mike Wright, a hurler from South Carolina, will be the starting pitcher in this one. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got to just be thankful he keeps getting the ball, because as a starting pitcher, he's got a career ERA through the roof. And I don't know how.
Carmen Vesperis comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Carmen Vesperis.
Hard hit ball to second. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Oh, what's the best way to beat a knuckleballer? Well, let him throw you something else to start off the at-bat and then sit on that pitch instead. And that worked out beautifully right there.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Smoked on the ground left side. And now he has some trouble with it in left.
Well, that's two batters and two hard-hit singles to start the bottom of the first. They are showing they are absolutely locked in on this guy.
So striding in, number 97, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Ball.
Starts him out with a knuckleball too high, 1-0. A little tapper. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Batting fourth.
So stepping in, number 8, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First delivery to him on the way. That's yanked into the stands, strike one. Off the plate and in, hits a ball and a strike. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
I got the count 1 and 2.
Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
Now with 2 strikes, he can put the ground ball on the back burner and really go after the strikeout here.
Bases loaded here, nobody out. And a swing and a miss on a huge first out there as he sets him down swinging with the bases loaded. A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. Does a lot of things right at the plate, takes the simple approach, and it tends to pay off.
Mike Stinson leans in to do some early damage with the bases loaded. Both the tying and go-ahead runs stand aboard.
Yeah, and a ball deep in the gap right here could bring them all home. So it will be interesting to see if the defense plays just a little bit deeper just to prevent that from happening.
1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
1-1, here it is. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Now Now a ball grounded to short. This could be two.
He's up.
The second for one.
Got it.
Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Just what the doctor ordered. He gets the double play to get him out of the inning. Back with more of our All-Star Game coverage in a moment. Leading off the inning, Ramon Sierra, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Sierra.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. Hit hard back up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. The throw into second.
He's safe.
Pretty lazy out there in center field. He just doesn't watch the ball into his glove, so that'll go as a single and an error.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Now the throw comes quickly into the third baseman, so they're at the corners now to begin the inning. Striding into the box, Brett Castillo. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
As a hitter here, you've got to make him get the ball up. You don't go swinging at pitches that are down in the zone and more likely to turn into double play balls.
Runners at the corners here, nobody out. And he falls behind 0-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And taken in out there for the first out. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look here at how the East squad will line up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, this defense really revolves around the catcher. Very good back there, blocks a lot of the balls, guides that pitching staff. Really the most important guy on this defense.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. And here's a ball hit in the air. Vasquez on the move, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball one. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Line to the right side, but foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, right from the start, this looked like it had the potential to be a big inning. But with 2 guys on, he comes back to get the pop-up, then he gets the strikeout, and so now he's bounced back to turn things into his favor.
Carmen Vesperas gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
And now he's got to build off that strikeout from a second ago. This is where a little confidence can really get you out of a tough spot here.
Now the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
That trying to go front door with that breaking ball started it a little too far inside, though.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Well, he's a pitch away from wiggling off the hook for the 2nd straight inning.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. High in the air and deep to left center field. Reyes going back on it. In to score from third is the tying run around third and being waved on home. And he will cross as well. And they've taken a 2-1 lead. Into the box now, David Taveras. He reached on a single in his first try.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so
It's through. Let's see if they send him around to try to score. Oh, and he misses the stop sign there as he heads for the plate. And he is in there. Murray Lucero steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Nope.
And he takes this one high, 1-1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
Runners off for second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw.
1 ball.
And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. So they pick up 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 error in the inning. And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award, but what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
Here now is our final
So that
line
just
score.
about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew,